Since 2009, Sapphire has been an ISO 14001 company, and here today we're at Sapphire's balcony facilities in Leicester.
Steve, recycling is a big part of reducing materials. Tell us a little bit about how material waste is reduced here at Leicester.
Well, the first part about reducing the amount of waste is to actually not produce the waste to start with. Obviously we can recycle, which we do with all our metal, but that's about sheet utilisation, producing the least amount of waste per sheet as possible. Obviously, reducing the amount to recycle reduces the amount of waste.
Tell us a bit about the investments you've made here at Leicester in reducing your energy consumption.
Well, the lasers we use, initially when we first started, we had a 3.2 kilowatt CO2 laser. We've now got 10 kilowatt fibre lasers, but the actual power requirement of the laser is less for the new 10 kilowatt than it was for the old 3.2 kilowatt. In addition to that, the lasers cut significantly quicker, so the amount of electricity used per part is substantially lower than it used to be. In addition to that, we've installed a large solar array on the roof of the factory, which currently covers about 2/3 of all electricity we use.
You mentioned material utilisation. What is it?
So basically, we'll have a job with many parts. Let's say, for example, we're cutting 6mm aluminium. What we'll do is we'll go through a CAD package and we'll place those parts as economically as possible on a sheet to reduce the least amount of waste. So we'll utilise the material to the best of our ability. Obviously, having standardised parts that are all the same size makes this a lot easier. We can buy cut to size sheets, we can interlink parts, we can flip smaller parts around large parts. But the key is the larger of the number of parts that we've got that are of the same size makes it much easier to utilise the material and hence reduce the amount of waste we produce.
And how do you improve this key number, Steve?
So the key to utilisation is how we nest the parts together, which is basically putting them on the sheet. To do this, we've invested in the latest technology which automatically nests the parts as economically as possible to fit the maximum amount of parts on each sheet and reduce the amount of waste sheet of material.
How does having many balcony types affect material utilisation?
Obviously, the more balcony types you have, the more different sizes of parts you have, it makes it much more difficult to buy in standard size or even cut to size sheets and utilise the material to its maximum. If one balcony type is 50mm, 100mm bigger than another type, it basically means if you want to buy and cut to size, then you're either wasting that 100mm or you have to buy multiple sizes, which depending on the quantities there are, isn't always possible because you have to buy a minimum of ton batches. So basically, the more standardised balconies you've got of a standard size, the better utilisation you get and the less waste is produced.
What are the next steps here at Leicester in terms of sustainability?
So obviously I mentioned earlier that we've got solar array on the roof. That currently covers about 2/3 of our roof and currently provides about 2/3 of our power. So we're hoping to fill the roof with that so that we can hopefully fulfil all of our electrical power by producing on site. From this, we've been looking at changing from diesel delivery vehicle, flatbed vehicle, to electric. At the moment, the range of electric delivery vehicles is a little bit lower than that of cars, but they are improving all the time. So with that in mind, we're going to install electric vehicle charging points, including fast charging points, so that when they become available to the standard we need, we can move on to electric delivery vehicles. On the other side of things, we're looking at getting balers so that we can recycle our cardboard and plastics. But obviously, the key to all this is to produce less waste to start with, hence less recycling, less waste.